All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol Nndm, Nano Dimension. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, and to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video, and to stay tuned on in right after this chart analysis. Right after it, we're going to jump bases on the ticker symbols I talked about this morning, as well as jump bases on the ticker symbol you want to add to your watch list. A lot of investors tend to overlook this and miss out on this information because you're just looking for the chart analysis, you're just looking for the stock in your portfolio, and you're missing out on the opportunities to expand your portfolio, right? Obviously, you still have to do research and due diligence based off of the information that I share, but you want to be aware of these opportunities because that's where the money's at. I mean, these are some of the ticker symbols I talk about and brief on over at the Patreon, and you're gaining access to it without even being there. Now, if you want to get live updates on what stocks I'm watching daily, as well as what stocks I'm looking for to make a 10-20% gain in the morning, you can join me over at the Discord, and over at the Patreon you'll gain access to both by doing so, and you'll get the weekly watch list, which is like the stock I'm going to share with you in just a moment. So Nndm, Nano Dimension stock, it's been pulling downwards. Everyone's asking themselves, has it hit a bottom, right? Has it hit a bottom? I've been talking about how it has room to fall lower, and it hit a low here of 726 early in the day, right? And also ending the day yesterday, and it's almost at a reversal. I know so many investors that are excited, and one of the things that a lot of investors want to say or see if they draw out here on the chart, you know what that means. But a lot of investors want to call it that. We'll see if that actually works or if that really happens. But Nano Dimensions, to give you guys some insight on ARK Invest update, it's very bullish. So let's look at it. So I didn't do one yesterday because everything stayed the same. But here on ARKQ on the 9th, they had 6,953,000. And when we look at ARKQ on the 13th today, they have 7,416,426, right? So when you do the math there, right, they jumped up nice there. That was a nice jump right there. That's a total amount of easily 500,000, half a million. Very, very bullish, okay? And I'm excited to see them buy more. As this goes up, buy more. That lets you know that the reversal has slightly started. The only thing is on ARKW, they went down by a little bit. You could see here on the 9th, 5.5 million, and they stayed at 5.5 million, but they went down by a couple thousand. You can see that there on the 13th. So very interesting stuff. They went down by like 30,000 shares, but on another hand, they went up literally 500,000, right? So if they are loading up, it's because either we're at a reversal point and they're going to ride this up and sell some on the way up, or just keep buying on the way up. I mean, opportunity here. Now, I'm not confirming that it's a reversal, but I know a lot of investors that are excited of what's bound to happen. So the one thing I want you guys to be aware of is the resistance. It's 773, and the 50-day moving average is 762. So we're in tug of war zone here, okay? The most important point in the whole entire chart right now is the support, okay? And that's 741. If that gets broken through, we need to watch this carefully how it reacts between 741 and the next low of 736 to see if the bulls try to reappear and bring it back up, or are the bears tearing this one down. But our resistance, it's almost obvious we can get there if the momentum continues, and that's 773. But our support, we want to keep this near and dear in these moments to go ahead and be aware of a slight pullback, and if it's real weakness or temporary, right? We want to watch that. But up here, 773, to continue the momentum and reach newer highs, that needs to be broken through by the bulls. If you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe. Share this with your friends and community. Don't forget to click on the bell so you don't miss a single video that I post. And smash that like button to let me know you watch this video. It helps out the YouTube channel, and it lets me know you appreciate the time and effort I put into these videos. Let's jump into these ticker symbols you won't want to miss. You definitely want to add one of them to your watch list. It's the last one I'm going to talk about. And let's talk about the stocks I briefed on this morning, how they went up 10% plus 30% throughout the day. So the ticker symbol I want you guys to add to your watch list has been beaten down, right? I've been talking about it before, and I've talked about it again and again, and here we are to touch base on it again. But before we do, I want to talk about two ticker symbols I briefed on this morning, and they were basically both home runs. If you timed it well and you practiced, or you took a shot at it and you got in on time, you made the best of it, right? There were some investors that made more percentage than me on these plays because I was so focused on other things. I focus on my 5 to 10% in the pre-market or right when the market opens, and I call it a day after that, and I move on to the next move, right? But in the mornings, I brief on opportunities like the ones you're about to see. So this one right here, I talked about it in the morning, and I stated who they were. They're a blank check company that just announced this morning that they're going to partner with Grab Holdings, and it's a group of a public offering, right, through that whole entire SPAC merger. Now, AGC was need of volume and was falling in that need of volume. So that is something that was important. And I stated it was profit taking from those that were in before the news. And once the market opens or gets closer to the bell, we would either see this get beaten down or it will receive large inflow because the merger announcement news, which they were merging with Grab Holdings, which is the online leader of the Southeast Asia of online food. So we talked about it here. We needed to start watching it, and right at the bell, it kind of looked like it was going up, and it got torn down. It got beaten down in a matter of minutes, okay? It was dangerous, and I told everyone that. But if you timed it, and you use your indicators, and you watched it closely, you could have caught it at the bottom or somewhere around the bottom, and just within an hour or two, this thing ran up right here, a total amount of almost 10% to 15%. Pulled back and ran up again. So if you held through the day and just reached up to 15 or 16, you know, you're talking about now a nice 15 or 30% in one single day, right? Because of the merger announcement. That's what everyone was waiting for. Everyone that's invested since 11 and 10 or down here or down here, this is what they were waiting for, this run on the merger announcement, and some of it broke even, and they would have either held and rode it back up, or they cut their losses or broke even. Whoever got in here, this is what they were waiting for, and this is what they got. So this was a big deal today. Big deal. Now, another one that I mentioned that was a home run, I mean, there was investors that actually made more than me on this one. I made my 5% in the morning, and I called it a day. So this is one that I briefed on early in the morning. I said, good morning, everyone. So a stock that has jumped on the news about therapy designation is VTVT. It is currently at 305, and the volume is picking up. I would watch for this to go back closer to $3 to $2.90 to see strength or weakness, and we need more volume, okay? And certainly that's what it did. It pulled down and it hit 287 right here at this point. Right there, 288, 287. That's when I started actually watching it. Took a position as it was jumping back up from 289 to 290. And I rode this back up right up here to 302. It says 302 here, but I actually was able to exit the position at 303, 304-ish. And then it started to pull back down. I forgot all about it because I was so focused on other plays. This hit a low here of 277, and it took off for the day to 357. I mean, if you do the math there, that was almost close to 40%, like literally, or at least 30% for the day. 30%, 30 to 40% for the day in just a matter of hours. Okay, these are the opportunities we look for here on Invest for Tomorrow. So if you want to join me and the other investors, very intelligent, smart investors focused on a goal, which is to maximize profits and minimize losses, you can join me and the other members. We're looking forward to have you join us at the Patreon and Discord. The links are down below. So the stock you want to add to your watch list is Clover Health. They've been beaten down so hard. Now, this is how they ran when some news came out that was super important, right? Taking them up to the moon. And this news is a game changer for the outlook of this company. Even though they're being beat down by, different short firms and different firms of law firms and stuff, this stock has opportunity, especially after the news that made this jump. The news that made this jump is basically what's going to make Clover Health gain revenue over time and actually start having a nice earnings. And the fact that they can proceed with Medicaid and Medicare and being on that list of organizations that are going to participate with them, that's a big deal. These law firms have nothing, and these short sellers have nothing on what Clover Health can continue doing, because they're continuing to have business. If they had a discrepancy or a real issue, Medicare and Medicaid would not even accept them on that list of organizations. So I find that very interesting. I think there's potential here, and anything below $10 is interesting to me. But I want you guys to be aware that there is the short seller pressure, the firm's pressure. So this is very speculative and very risky. But I believe Clover Health can get out through it, and their revenue is going to start kicking in. And if they're in this plan with the organizations for the next year, I think Clover Health has a shot as expanding as a company, and hopefully leaving the short sellers in the past, leaving it as history, and these firms that are holding them down, and hopefully they can just take them off, and it's going to make this stock run. So this is definitely one to watch. The lower the better, but high risk. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.